Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Eyes Wide Open. I'm your host, Donna Schmid, and I have something really special today to share with you. I have a good friend, Gail Ann Gordon Carter, is with me today. Wave kind of, Gail, so they kind of know it's you, yeah. Who is an Akashic Record Reader, excuse me. And then we have Linda McCloskey, who is from Australia, that's with us today, and she is going to be our sitter or our guest. And Gail is going to be dipping into her Akashic record. So, Gail, can you kind of tell us just a little bit about yourself and how you got involved being an Akashic Record Reader?
I've been practicing various types of spiritual things since the 80s, and a lot of hands-on healing, lots of energy work. And I really I was very sensitive, and I could pick up on things that were about to happen, or I knew things about people before anything was said. And so I wanted to delve more into that. And I discovered Akashic Record Reading. Akashic Records is something that anyone and everyone has access to. It's the place or the dimension where information about you, everything you have ever done or thought, is stored in every lifetime. Okay, I've gotten a lot of satisfaction out of doing it, and people have found it helpful. So I'm very happy to offer it.
And that's how I met you.
That's how we met.
That's how we met, because we were going to do some one-on-one practicing together while you were going through your training. So, and we have become really good friends, and I appreciate you. I've seen you grow, and I've seen what you can do and how you've actually helped me. So I look forward to our time together always.
As do I.
Great. Perfect. And then our sitter for today is Linda. Linda, can you just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself? And
yes, I'm interested in the metaphysical side of things, and I'm a newer person embarking on that journey. I've been doing a lot of reading and a lot of watching for quite a few years, and now embarking a bit more in these sorts of experiences, joining a circle with Donna also in a different area. And it's just fabulous to meet people that are your tribe. I really enjoy the sharing and the heartfelt love that we receive and support that we receive. So I'm very excited to be here today. Thank you so much for having me.
And we're grateful that you're here on our maiden voyage. So I'm going to turn it over to Gail, and Gail, you can just go ahead and if you will, you could pretend I'm not here if that makes you happy. And I'll just kind of be a fly on the wall.
Okay, first of all, Linda, I need to have your full legal name.
Yes, Linda Mary McCloskey.
Okay. I'm going to start with an opening prayer, which allows me to tune into your guides and angels. I'm going to, it's 3 paragraphs. The second one is where I will be repeating your name one time out loud, and then twice to myself. And then I'll do one more sentence, and then we'll be opening the records with that. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. We open ourselves to the light. And with this light, we open ourselves to the truth. And with this light, we open ourselves to our soul's purpose. And with this light, we open ourselves to be guided towards our highest good and the highest good of those we love. And so Linda is given the truth to best serve her on our healing journey into the love and acceptance that is most beneficial to her in this moment. And with this light and guidance, we unlock the energy field of Linda to receive the record of her soul. I see a garden. I see rich soil, flowers, and green grass. I see feet. I see someone tending the garden and walking on the grass, walking through the soil, being careful not to step on any of the cherished flowers. There's a great appreciation for the beauty of the garden. It's seen as life-giving. I smell the scent of the soil. I hear bees buzzing. Okay, what does this represent? They're telling me that you have a great appreciation for life and the natural beauty around you. Now it's taking me to the seaside, to a tide pool. It has small crustaceans, small crabs. See mussels. Now it's turning into a wharf. The barnacles are holding tight to the large supports in the water. Seaweed. What does that represent? Okay, they're telling me you sometimes have a little bit of a saltiness to your character. That makes you kind of fun to be around. But sometimes there's a little brashness. It doesn't hurt anything, but it is there. What else? Again, it's talking about the closeness you have to natural things around you and your deep appreciation for them. There's a fierceness to the ocean. You have an appreciation for again, it's saying saltiness, being able to speak your mind, in a manner that others may not always understand, but it's not off-putting. There's a lot of love in your heart. Sometimes you're able to express it in a manner that people appreciate. And sometimes it goes in another direction. But never any harm done. The ocean also seems to be indicating strength, personal strength, that is coming more and more to the forefront. The more you learn about yourself, I'm seeing sand and grit. Sand is a gritty nature. Truth is important to you. There's little patience for those who are not truthful. Impatience with that type of person. Left hand, they're saying something about a left hand. They're showing me being on a pitcher's mound and pitching with the left hand. It makes some things you put forth a little bit more difficult for the receiver, like the batter. But it's your way, and that's fine. Does any of this ring true for you?
I'm making a lot of connections. Thank you, Gail.
Okay. Let me silence my phone. Okay. Okay, they're putting me back in the ocean on a boat, a small boat, one that requires you to row. And you're very much aware of the vastness of the ocean. and the rocking of the boat in the ocean. You're aware of the smallness, your smallness in the bigness of the universe. But there's no judgment about it. It's just that you're aware of it. And there's a desire to be more at one with that vastness. You can see you breaking down barriers and expanding to become, it's not just bigger, but it's like the barriers of your humanness are coming down, or they're ready to come down, so that you can expand and become one with everything. The beauty, the vastness, the garden, the beach, the wharf, everything. There is no, there's a part of you that's beginning to realize that there are no real barriers. You may even be having dreams that allow you to expand and feel that oneness. And actually, you're not quite sure what to make of that when that happens. But you're still somewhat open to it. I mean, it's not frightening or anything to you. You're just kind of like going with the flow. Okay, now we're in outer space. It feels like you can really expand yourself there. That's what it feels like you're moving towards, is expansion. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you have any questions or anything clarified?
What do I need to understand to enable my next steps on this journey? I might need help to phrase the question if that's not.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you need to understand that you are not limited by anything except what's in your head, your mind. So it's going to be important to surround yourself with people who are also ready to go where you're going, so that they can support you. Guard your consciousness so that it's not judged. People are not putting their judgments on you, which may hold you back and make you feel small. Yeah, you need a good support group.
Right. Is there anything else that I should know for my highest good at this time?
Is there anything else Linda should know for her highest good?
And for those around me, of course, not just self.
And for those around her.
Thank you.
Express gratitude for your many blessings. For that will help expand your heart. There are many people on YouTube saying things that may help support you on your journey. Some of the stuff is good, some not so good. You really have to look and pick and choose, but once you find someone, you may be able to continue to follow them. Anything else? When you feel doubt creep in, actively work to see your situation from a different angle. In other words, don't let the doubt root itself. It's like a weed. Pull it out immediately and keep going. I'm seeing a horizon. You're still on the water. I'm seeing a water line and the horizon. And the sun is low in the sky, close to the horizon, but not going beneath the water line. And it seems to be suggesting that the light is always going to be there for you. It's never going to leave you in darkness.
A beautiful message.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Gail.
Oh, you're welcome.
Appreciate your sharing of your gift or your ability for me. Thank you.
I'll need to close your records.
Okay.
I would like to close by thanking the light for the truth. I would like to close by thanking the light for the healing energy. I would like to close by thanking the light for the guidance and compassion towards our soul's purpose. And with this, we lock the record of Linda. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anything that you want to share, Linda, with us as far as any connections that you've made or aha moments or anything like that?
A few things came up as you were speaking. The first part about appreciation of garden nature, being careful of the flowers. I'm not a fabulous gardener, but I really do appreciate nature and really enjoy what I have in my little garden, but also around us, and take notice of things like flowers and animals and the breeze and all of those sorts of things are things that enrich my life and I appreciate. So yes, the beauty around me. When you started to talk about the seaside, I might get a little emotional here, if that's okay.
Yeah.
My husband passed 5 years ago now. I'm sure he's here with us, a very big personality. My family went down to a little section south of the mainland of Australia. There's a little island, Tasmania, and we stayed together. And it was where we stayed was a rocky area with lots of little rock pools.
Mhm.
And I would go out there in the morning and just be a part of that environment with the waves coming in and lots of little crustaceans and all the beauty in the rock pools. I'm very strongly connected to that moment. Yeah, the barnacles holding tight, being strong. I feel that my family have been that way through all of this. Strong together, appreciating each other. Yeah, the oneness, I suppose, in my own sort of dreams and sort of sleep times and meditation times. I've had times where I feel that being a part of that whole through childbirth. I didn't use any pain relief, and breath was something that I used, and I very much felt a part of that whole. Outer space, I've had, sort of in meditation, feeling like you're out there in the midst of the universe. And again, not scared by it, but just feeling that you're a part of that. So I connected in there.
Okay.
My belief is that, we are only limited by our mind. I agree. And that is a constant thing to be working on, being aware of, trying to notice your thoughts. Surrounding myself with people who are ready to go where I am. I feel like that's where I'm stepping now, with the group, with Donna. And as you communicate with people, I suppose you find that common ground. It's sort of been a topic, I suppose, the metaphysical, where people are scared to share or have been judged. So, it's lovely to meet people or just sharing in whatever level you feel comfortable. And oftentimes that opens up communication or interest. Yeah, very much the judgment part. I suppose I've come from a religious family upbringing, and so there are some people in the family who would view, spirit in this way as different to how they appreciate spirit in their religious life. So that has been something that I've had to work on myself and just reach a point where that's okay. They're allowed to have their judgment or their way of living. I don't have to adhere to that. I'm allowed to go my own way. And it's not holding me, binding me. I feel like I've released the need to satisfy what they think is the right way. I'm happy to go my own way now. And in doing that, find that some family members are actually hold similar ways of thinking to myself that I never knew.
Okay.
So that's quite interesting. And I think it's freeing for them because they can now realize that they're not alone in their thoughts. I absolutely am grateful for all the blessings in my life. And yes, so important to always come from that place of gratitude. And it's beautiful that my next steps are going to, be continuing on this journey. I do watch YouTube, and I agree that there are some interesting things that maybe resonate with me and others that don't, but I really enjoy doing that. I think that's fabulous. And the doubt, yes, being able to, again, not get caught up, pull the weed out quickly is important, not get yourself in a dark place. Yeah, I think I've been working on that, trying to be aware of my thoughts and trying to release what no longer serves, or look at why I might be feeling that way, rather than just getting caught on the little wheel and going
Okay.
round and round, trying to gain some wisdom from it and release it, or what am I meant to learn here? Yeah. And being on the boat with the sun, I like to use oracle cards, and a lady, Colette Barron Reid, is a Canadian lady, and one of her cards is a little person sitting in a boat. It's like almost they're not bothered by it. It's almost like they're just in waiting time, waiting for the next thing to start.
Mm-hmm.
And so that the horizon and the sun, and that you are where you need to be. The next opportunity is going to be coming your way, because I'm sort of in a bit of transition time in my life at the moment, with next steps. Yeah, so don't be worried. Learn, find your tribe, grow. I feel like that's the message that you're giving me,
Mm-hmm.
and that I like the saltiness. Thank you. And that a meal, isn't quite right sometimes without that little bit of salt, that you
Mm-hmm.
need that balance there. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, and maybe the way that I communicate, that was interesting too, that some people might not quite get what I'm on about, and that's okay. That things aren't being said in a way that's abrasive to them. That was really good to hear too. Yeah. So lots of connections the whole way along.
Good. I'm very glad.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I want to
So
add something to the boat, because I did a little card spread for you, and it's interesting. I came with a lot of cards that had water or references to water in it, which water, as you probably already know, is the cups is emotions. And so you have, and that in being very intuitive and spiritual, and you're like the Queen of Cups came out. That's just kind of who you are. So you've got a great handle on that. But one thing with the boat that I was thinking, because you kept referencing steps, what's my next step? And I thought, well, on a boat, you really don't have a step. It's like step is roll the boat over and jump in the ocean. I mean, that's kind of drastic. But so maybe it's not for you to think about what the next step is, but just go with the flow. Just ride the wave, with the ocean, because it's calm. It's not, you're not in a hurricane or anything like that. And I think this new thing is you're by yourself. So this is the new for you. This is the next step for you, is this part of your life is you, not you and your husband, or your husband and the family. It's you. It's you opening up to spirituality, the spiritual piece of that, and bringing that in, which in turn, opens you up to everything. So if you, and I think Gail had mentioned this, of looking at things, maybe perceiving things a little bit differently than what you are, because it's not really the step journey. It is you're already there. It's just, you just have to enjoy it as it's unfolding. Sense. And I did pick one oracle card for you, and it was kind of funny because it says bust out of your cocoon. So you just have this nice little cocoon that's really protective of you as you're kind of going through these things, and it's time to just bust out of it and let your butterfly self enjoy the new colors. I mean, the garden, that all kind of came into that, and the outer space thing of flying high. So yeah,
Yes.
it all just kind of weaved in. It was kind of funny as she was talking. It's like, oh yeah, there's that card. There's that card. So right on. It was all connecting, which is great. Thank you. That was awesome.
I'm feeling so that down here, you know, we're coming through winter, and I've been holding on to that to the spring. You know, the spring. That's when things are evolving. The flowers.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Mm.
And we do that too, you know. We go
Mm.
with nature as far as that goes. Yeah. Well, for us, it's been excruciating hot
Yes.
and humid.
Mhm.
and we're supposed to
To
get lightning storms here, thunderstorms here, I should say. And they haven't arrived yet, but boy, it sure does feel like it, and it smells like it. And so it's like, yeah. I think we're going to be
We've
back in
had,
the 3 digits this week, so I'm not looking forward to that.
Mm.
we
Yeah.
were 32 degrees Fahrenheit this morning, which is cool for us. So
Wow.
2 and 3.
Yeah. And what time
But
is
it
it there
was
for
warmer.
you right now? What time of the day is it
20
for you? Is it
20 past 9.
Oh, you're
So
very
more.
early in the morning. We're like late in the afternoon. Well, I appreciate the fact that you join us for a group as well too. At that time. I appreciate it. Yeah, because it's like early morning for you and we're just winding down the day over at, you know, our neck of the woods. Yeah. Well, thank you again. I appreciate it, Gail. I'm going to put down your contact information if anybody's interested in having an Akashic record reading with you privately. I'll put your information down there. And Linda, thank you again for participating. We sure do appreciate it. And yeah, continue on your journey. You're doing really, really well. Thank you both.
Happy to be here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome.